Hi, this is Marloomz Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to make these domino on your loom. You can choose whatever color you want the beads to be. I'm going to go with the Christmas theme because I thought it'd be nice during Christmas or Christmas Eve or New Year's to play with your family, and you can do the Christmas theme. If you don't want that, you can just do any color that you want. You could even do a black domino, and the white dominoes glow in the dark. They have the glow in the dark bands and they look really neat. I don't know how long they would stay glowing for you to play a full game, but they're still really neat looking. So let me tell you that for today you're going to need, I think, about 75 to 80 bands, white bands or black bands. And then as far as the beads, I'm using small pony beads, and the size are 4 millimeters by 7 millimeters. You can, if you want, use an E-bead. I don't think it's going to look good. It won't look as nice because it's so tiny. I really like the larger bead. And if you don't have this size and you have a large pony beads, again, I don't know how that's going to look. It might look like it's so bulky. You can try. This one is just in between, and I kind of like the way this looks. If you don't have beads, you will just need to take 4 red bands and 4 green bands, and then we'll just wrap it around a cap band around our bands, and I'll show you what to do at that part. So if you are planning to use beads, today I'm going to do this domino. So you'll need 6 red beads and 4 green, or again, any color you want. And then if you don't have beads, you're grabbing 6 red bands and 4 green bands. And then for the solid color, around 80 of the color. For the middle, I use just 4 bands for the middle, any color. This one's silver, and you can use any color you want. So let's get started. So let me show you first what I did with the beads. So these are the beads. They're tiny, but they're big enough that my white band slides right through them. Now, if you're using E-beads, this will not happen. You will need the assistance of a threading tool or a piece of dental floss. If you're using a large pony bead, it's going to slide right through, but it might be too big. So I'm only sliding 1 band through my bead. If you do plan to use a large pony bead, I really suggest that you use 2 bands. So I would slide 2 bands through instead of a single. It just gives it a different look. Now, if you don't have beads, you're going to take a single green band or red, and you're going to wrap it around your hook 4 times, and then you're going to transfer that on to 2 white bands. And then you're just going to do that 4 times for the green, 4 times for the green and 6 times for the red, and that's going to be your color. So let me get started and I will show you the next step. So you're going to take your loom and set it up in the offset configuration, and we're going to begin by placing 2 white bands from here to here and 2 from here to here. We're going to place 2 white bands here, 2 in the middle, and 2 here. Now the next set is going to contain a bead. I only have 1 band through mine because mine are tiny. If you're using a very large pony bead, you're going to place 2 white bands through that bead and then just place it over here. But this is how I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to place my beaded band, that's just 1, and then followed by a single. You're not placing a single band if you put both on this way, because you already have your 2 bands. I'm only placing another one over it so that this one has 2 white bands. And then the same thing on this side. Followed by a single over it. And you're going to do that 2 more times. So a single followed by the beaded band, followed by a single. Again, just in case you're confused, if you're using rubber bands, you should have 2 bands, and you're just going to place it like this. You don't need to do the other step that I'm doing because you already have 2. Again, grab another red band, a red bead, sorry. And then a single, another beaded band goes over here, followed by a single band over it, and another beaded, and a single band. So now let's just fill in the middle, and you're going to go down 3 times. Until you are at the level of the beads, just so we know where we are. So now from here, you're just going to place 2 bands here, 2 white bands here, and 2 in the middle. So far you should have placed 2 white bands, a bead, 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 and then 2 more white bands on both sides. And in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of white bands. And now on the outside, grab your green band or whatever color you chose, and it should be the opposite color, or if you want them to match you can do that as well, it doesn't matter. So I'm placing 1 here and 1 here, and not forgetting to place the single band over it and a single band over that, and then a white in the middle, 2 white bands in the middle. Now the next set is all white here, here, and here. And now a green band, green bead, and a single band over that, a green bead, and a single band over that. And then in the middle, so again, recap, it's 2 white bands, a bead, 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 2 white bands, a bead, 2 white bands, and a bead. And that should be the same on this side and this side. And the middle is all just single white bands. So now the next is 2 white bands there, in the middle, and on this side. And now we're going to close that up. So from the middle, you're going to place 2 bands here and 2 bands here. Then grab a single band and wrap it on this peg only 3 times. Now we're going to place the holding bands, and we're going to do that by placing 2 at a time. So grab 2 bands, and from here to here make a triangle, 2 bands from here to here, 2 from here to here. And the reason for using 2 versus 1 is it makes it thicker, and it just looks more like a domino. Before, with just using a single, it was a little bit more floppy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We place 6 triangle bands, 7, and the last one, 8. And what is that? That came in my bands. It looks like a crown. So we can loop now, and to loop that you're gonna reach in where the cap band is, and you're going to grab the first set of bands and place it to the bottom. Reach in here, grab the second set and place it here. And now you're going to reach back into this peg, grab the bottom two and loop that forward. Grab the middle, loop forward, and then reach in here, grab those bottom two and loop forward. And then this is just looping forward. Make sure that when you enter each peg you're pushing the triangle bands back. So push them back, grab the bottom two, loop forward. So make sure when you're looping that you have the teardrop shape. You don't want to miss one because everything will just fall apart. So I've looped all the way up to from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th peg. I'm going to grab the first band that has a red bead in the middle, and then this one. So now I'm going to grab these two and bring them to the middle, and we're going to grab 2 bands to tie them off. But before we do that, I'm not going to make it into a slip knot, because when you put it into a slip knot it changes the shape to the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hook through here, and it's got stuck. So stick your hook through all these bands and grab these 2 white bands, slide them through and place it on your hook. And you want to leave it like that and then just start slowly pulling off the domino. Just don't yank it. You can pull it, but don't, viciously yank it. And what happens is by doing it this way we can shape the top more like a square. So here's that slip knot. We're going to pull on it on the bottom, and now that's more shaped like a square. And then I'm going to take this and we can slip knot it now. And as you're pulling on the slip knot, try to make it into a square and then pull it down, otherwise it gets more rounded and we don't want it rounded. And then once you've done that, you can take your hook through the back and pull the slip knot and hide the slip knot in the back. So now take your beads and I just push them in a little. And now you can choose the color that you want to go in the middle. I'm just going to use silver. You can use black or you can use a Christmas color. And you just take 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. I do 3 because 3 looks the best. 4 might be too many. And make them straight. You do want them straight. Slide your domino through and then let it rest in the middle. Again, if you don't like that color, because I don't know if I like that color actually, you can just change it. On this one I have blue, and on this one too. The blue actually looks a little bit better. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it wasn't too hard. And if you want, I can continue to make all the other numbers so that you know where to place the bead and you're not confused. And thank you so much for watching.